Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HealthyXSundays podcast, where we bring you the most critical and actionable content in the nutrition and fitness space. Dave from Mind Muscle Pro and I, Kunal Jain, also known as Veg Diet Coach, are your host. Meet our guest, Dr. Priti Nanda Sibal. Dr. Priti Nanda Sibal is a leading functional medicine expert, holistic health coach, and entrepreneur with over 30 years of experience in the healthcare space. She is the founder and CEO of MediSchool Health Services and Peak Wellness Functional Medicine Clinic, and the president and co founder of the Indian Association of Functional Medicine, IAFM. Armed with an MBBS from Government Medical College, Amritsar, an MBA from IIM Lucknow, and a fellowship in functional medicine from George Washington University, Dr. Sibal brings a rare blend of clinical insight and leadership expertise. Her mission is deeply personal. After reversing her diabetes through functional medicine, she committed herself to helping others do the same. She has helped over 5,000 patients successfully reverse chronic conditions like diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and arthritis through personalized science-backed lifestyle interventions. Beyond patient care, she is a mentor to doctors, a four-time author, and an influential voice in preventive healthcare and wellness coaching. We are excited to welcome Dr. Preeti to the HealthyXSundays podcast for a conversation filled with real stories, practical insights, and transformative health wisdom. Welcome, Dr. Preeti, to our podcast, and thanks for making time for us.
Thank you, Kunal. Thank you very much. And thanks for doing this amazing work of spreading information, right information, and motivating and inspiring people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what is your clinical expertise? Are the earliest signs of metabolic dysfunction before diabetes sets in? Can you talk about your journey basically?
So basically, I come from a Punjabi family, right? And in Punjabi families, I think we're busy doing two things or asking two questions. First one is, what should we eat? And second one is, how should we lose weight? So if I say it in Punjabi, it would be, ki khaya jaye, te weight kis tarah kataya jaye, right? And I think when I was very young, I saw my aunts being 120 kgs plus, and a lot of years of their life being on bed because they were diabetic and obese and had multiple issues. And then comes 2008, when I am, 88 kgs. I used to call myself round batata bada. I had a whole lot of problems, health problems, including migraine 3 days a week, including high sugar levels, including hypothyroidism, aches and pains everywhere. My son had to ask me every evening, Mom, are you fresh today? Can you make chapati for me? Because, it was those years when he used to love chapati made by me, right? So I always half of the time had that chunni on my head. And in allopathy, I was a very successful businesswoman. But when it came to my health, I was asthmatic. I used to wheeze a lot. It means I can go on and on about that. But this is what my life was. And I was traveling to US and I met one of my friends who had gone into coma because of allergy to a dye. That was 2014. So I've lived many years unwell. And then 2014 ke end mein, I am in US traveling on an official trip. And that's when I meet this friend of mine. My son had just went to his law college. And she tells me, Priti, I want to ask you a question. I said, what? She said, what do you want? You want your sons to always visit you and take you to hospitals? And Kunal, I think that one statement made me quit my high-paying corporate job, made me sign up for a functional medicine course. And last 10, 11 years, I've been passionately doing this. And every day when I get up and every day when I go back in the evening, I am so inspired and motivated because every day one patient is writing a new story by becoming the CEO of their own health. which is so powerful, which is so amazing, I can't tell you. And I think I did it one day, and now I'm making people do it every day, and that's the way I think the cycle is going on.
Right. Amazing.
Right. So, coincidentally, today happens to be the World Liver Day, right? And one of the biggest problems currently we are facing in India is fatty liver. I think almost 1 in 3 adults have fatty liver, and not in an and it's going to the kids as well. It's getting to kids as well. So, what are we doing wrong as far as metabolic health is concerned in India?
Okay, so even before we say what are we doing wrong, Devanand, I think what we need to understand first is people always talk about heart. दिल धड़कता है तो हम जीते हैं, right? But interesting is जिगर तो लिवर होता है, ठीक है? तो जैसे माँ का जिगर का टुकड़ा उसका बेटा होता है, ऐसे आई थिंक आवर बॉडीज जिगर का टुकड़ा इज आवर लिवर. Liver is the hardest working organ, and beautifully, you know what is the beauty of liver is? It can regenerate itself amazingly well. Amazingly well. It is the most forgiving organ in our body. Okay. अब हम गलत क्या कर रहे हैं? I think first thing we are doing wrong is we're not giving that importance to liver, or we are not even understanding what liver does for us. Right? Liver helps us detox. Liver helps us balance our hormones. Liver, you know, is the site where a lot of conversions happen. T4 to T3 converts there. Protein genesis happens there. All the estrogens and all detoxifies and goes out there. And phase 3 liver detoxification happens through passing poop regularly, twice a day. You know, there have been senior doctors who said that the nation which passes bigger poops have smaller and lesser hospitals. Right? So I think it's very important to start about liver from there. If you are not passing poop twice a day, if you're not passing enough quantity of poop, you need to ask yourself, how are you detoxifying? How much extra work your liver is doing in the toxic environment we are living in today. So that's the first thing. Okay. Of course, allopathy has a role to play in this. Our books have taught us that once in 3 days, if we are passing motion, it's okay. Don't care about it. It's not constipation. But my first message to all the viewers here who want to protect their liver, even before I say what do they eat for liver, is make sure and remember this line. The bigger the poops you have, the lesser the hospital stays we will have. Right? And because this is something people can do on their own. Second is, you know, I'm going to talk about things which people generally don't know or miss. Most probably I'll try and not talk about things which everybody talks about. Is that all right, Devanand?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Second is, our gut health has gone for a big toss. It needs an overhaul. Right? Now you say I'm talking about liver and Dr. Priti is talking about gut. Right? Now, over the years, what I realized, Devanand, is whenever I used to start working on healing or cleansing the gut, because I do a lot of testing, I am an MBA also, you know, numbers are very important for me. I realized that when I used to start gut cleanse programs, the liver enzymes, the gamma glutamyl transferase, all these liver function test values used to change, which made me or brought me to a point telling me whenever I cleanse the gut, the workload of the liver increases. If I am not giving additional attention to the liver detoxification, then the liver, what will happen? All its parameters will go haywire and liver will not feel very good. which is very, very important for all of us to know, because food we eat affects the gut microbiome and then it affects the liver. Yeah. And we do a lot of detoxes. See all the Insta lives, Insta reels. They keep telling you, have this juice in the morning, have this in the afternoon, change your gut microbiome. But I think the puzzle is not complete till they also tell you that for liver, eat radish every day when in season, eat carrot and beetroot, eat green vegetables so that you can cleanse your liver simultaneously. Another thing about liver we are doing wrong right now is we are living in a very, very, very high toxic load environment, right? But we don't check our heavy metal load.
Right.
How many of us here actually know what are our values for mercury, aluminum, cadmium, for the other toxins, right? Liver has to cleanse all of that. But another very, very simple thing which we are not doing right, I think, is we are not giving liver time to detox. Now, when I say this, what do I want to tell you? I want to tell the viewers that first, after 3 to 4 hours of your dinner, the liver starts to detoxify. I think somebody is unmuted. Yes. Now, we generally have late parties, late dinners. I remember when I was, maybe not into functional medicine, a lot of days I used to eat at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. and sleep at 12 p.m. Now, what have I done? I have taken that opportunity from liver to cleanse my body, because I have given him an extra work, which is to digest and, detox the food. And therefore, the liver does not get an opportunity to cleanse itself. Important thing which I think we forget here is, and then people who drink, that also again, creates a problem, right? So the important thing here then becomes that 3 to 4 hours before sleeping, we must have dinner. Second, we must remember cleansing of liver happens between 10 to 12 at night. If you sleep late, no cleansing, right? Which is extremely important. So that's another thing I think which we are doing wrong. We are not sleeping on time. And now when I talk about not sleeping on time and not having good sleep, then I will want to go back and reiterate the exposure to blue light which we are having today. See what used to happen before. 6 p.m., the sun used to set, right? There were no, tube lights and all. We used to have those bulbs which were much, much better than the tube lights which we use now. Yeah. And all that, it depletes our body of melatonin. We don't feel sleepy. We watch TV at night. That's again a lot of blue light radiation. So all of this put together, the liver feels very, 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 very lost.
Right.
Extremely lost. And, the problem is, I have seen people with fatty liver, with fibrosed liver, with cirrhosis of liver. Your energy level comes from liver. You cleanse your liver and you will see your morning to evening energy will be sustainable. Right? Your hair and face change the moment your liver function changes. I just help people do liver detox and they start looking brighter, fairer, more energetic, have nice hair. All of that changes. So there is a lot of motivation to work on liver health. But I think awareness is still less. We need to make people more aware about the special jigar ka tukra, which needs to sleep on time, which needs time to rest, which needs, less toxins. And one more thing, all the anger we have affects our liver. today I think we all have become very short-tempered. And we are very angry with a lot of people in our lives. So I think for everybody who is listening, I would definitely want to say, it is not helping. It is just messing up with your liver. And it's not about you getting angry, right? It is about you bouncing back to being smiling again. That time is very, very critical. The lesser the time between you getting angry and you bouncing back to becoming happier, that is what is the time which helps the liver to heal itself faster.
Right.
So I tell all my patients, I say, fine, गुस्सा होना आपका right है. Please, दबा के दिन में 100 times आप गुस्सा हो, no worries. वापस आना आपकी जिम्मेवारी है. It's your responsibility. Because you have that jigar ka tukra, which is under a lot of stress till the time you don't bring that smile back on your face.
Right.
Yeah, because see, I think the beauty of functional medicine is this, that after coming into functional medicine, I've been able to combine my MBBS and MBA together. My health knowledge and my executive coaching or my management knowledge together. Because I think we all need to work smartly. And thoughts are also food, guys. Please, if you think thoughts are not food and you can keep thinking anything, but you are eating good food, you are eating healthy food, so you can be healthy. Sorry, I have seen it otherwise.
Right.
Right?
So, what, I think one of the aspects which affects is like physical activity. We all have gone very less active. So, how does that come into play?
Okay, so physical activity is very important. But physical activity does not mean that 1 hour gym in the morning. You know, I was telling somebody that Amura has become very popular, right? And I've been using those principles since 2018. Whenever I put anybody on weight loss diet or anything, I check their cortisol to decide whether this patient needs to exercise or not. And what is it that will make this patient healthier? So as human beings, we are supposed not to be sedentary. So this chair on which I'm sitting is not a great thing. If I don't get up every 2 hours and walk, it means I'm already smoking 12 to 13 cigarettes. So no point not smoking and sitting on the chair. So the first thing when it comes to being physical activities, not being sedentary, being active. Whenever you want to drink water, get up, keep your water a little far, get up, pick up your glass of water, bring it and then drink it. Make your green tea, but don't have a cup right here. Have your kettle a little far, right? So that is first. Second, that 1 hour exercise is not good for everybody. Because if you are already stressed and if you put more stress on the body, it is not going to help you at all. It is actually going to make you a perfect candidate for autoimmune conditions. Third, what exercise you should do? You should definitely do cardiac, but muscle is a separate organ. Muscle is a separate organ. When I say many years back, you know, we had started talking about visceral fat. I remember when I was doing my medical from 89 to 94, we were not talking about visceral fat so much. Okay. Now we need to be talking about muscle, because muscle is a separate organ. Muscle is a longevity organ. Muscle is the space which we need to build. And for muscle building, we have to use weight training. But should we use outside weights or should we use our own body weight? My strong recommendation for everybody is, when you start working out, start by working out using your own body weight. Go low, go slow. Go low, go slow, which means start slow. Maybe start with 5 squats, 5 times every day, 3 times a day. Right? Then add 5 planks, 5 times or 3 times every day. But important is you must know what exercise, when to do it. Second, very, very important thing, Devanand, which I'm seeing in exercises, lot of times we are always stressed out. We are under a lot of adrenal fatigue. Now, when we are in adrenal fatigue, what happens? Body is in fat storing mode. When we exercise during that time, our muscles break down. Body still tries to store fat, so we don't lose weight, we lose all the muscle. Okay. So it is very important for us to first check how are we breathing. Simple test. If you can do deep breathing, and when you are breathing, your stomach comes out when you inhale, and stomach goes in when you exhale. That means your parasympathetic is activated. That means now you can exercise and you will get benefit. Right? Extremely, extremely simple, but very important. We feel a trainer rakh lete hain and we will go to exercise and I'm committing 1 hour in the morning and I should be healthy. Why am I not healthy? I think times have changed. Right? Also very important when it comes to exercise, I'm seeing is that walking post meals is very important. Right? For example, for my diabetic patients, what I do is, I tell them to check their sugar levels before exercise and sugar levels after exercise. For majority of patients, sugar level after exercise is less than sugar level before exercise. Do you agree with me? Right? Now, but in 30-40% cases, sugar level is high after exercise.
All right.
So in this case, what will you tell that patient, Devanand? What should they do? And by the way, do you know your before and after exercise sugar levels?
That's not something I don't think most people will track.
At least you should track. Whenever you change your exercise, if from this podcast you want to take one thing back home, I think this has to be done. Because you're doing something every day consistently. You are investing 30 minutes to 1 hour. At least do a test and see whether you are investing it right or not.
Definitely, I've noticed that if somebody uses a CGM, there is a spike when you do intense exercise.
See, intense exercise is different. Not more than 10% of us are doing intense exercise, Devanand. Right? We are not doing intense exercise. Most of us are not. And your insulin should actually help when you use your muscles while exercising, your glucose should go down because your muscle is as good as insulin. Isn't it?
Right.
Right? If it's not going down, you need to first check your breathing. You need to put the tick marks everywhere. You need to check your cortisol. You need to check your breathing. You need to check your type of exercise. Right? Maybe you need to do more of pranayam and less of cardiac right now. Or maybe you need to more of muscle building. But I feel for normal people who are doing exercise to be fit, but are not into intense exercise, in mild to moderate, they should check this out and know how their body is taking that exercise. Post-dinner walk is very important. That's another thing I always tell people. Don't sleep on a heavy dinner and don't sit and become a couch potato watching TV at night post-dinner. Go for a short walk, 15-20 minutes, and then do whatever you want to do.
Right. Kunal, I think you can take it forward.
Right. So You talked about some methods to tackle diabetes, and you talked about what is going wrong with the liver, etc. So, want to talk more about diabetes. So, what is different in functional medicine approach to diabetes compared to the conventional approach? What's the major difference?
Thank you, Kunal, for saying this. So, Kunal, you know what? I was a diabetic, and I promise you, I tried almost everything to reverse it. But what did I do differently when I came into functional medicine, and I'm able to reverse it and maintain it now for so many years? Okay. I had never checked why I'm having migraine. I had never checked my gut microbiome. I had never checked whether I am estrogen dominant and I have low progesterone. I had never checked my toxic metals. And I tell you, when I checked them, my mercury was so high that it was using all the chromium of the body I had. And we all know that chromium is important to make sure that you are not insulin resistant. So what in functional medicine we do differently than in allopathy for diabetes? In diabetes, we have these 4 medicines. You come to me, I give you first. Then you come to me, I give you one more. Then you come to me, I give you one more. And then you come to me, I give you insulin. And now we have some more things to do. But this is what we do in diabetes, in allopathy. But in functional medicine, what do? We say, okay, your sugar levels are coming high. This is a symptom. Let's see why your body is showing the symptom, or why your body is asking for attention. See, I feel all these diabetes, obesity, migraine, they are all body's attention-seeking behaviors. If you consider your body to be a child, तो बच्चा रो रहा है ना? Your child is crying. You won't put your mouth on the child's mouth and say, no, don't cry. I am in a meeting. Can you do that? Right? But allopathy is trying to do that for chronic diseases. In fact, patients want that, to be very honest. So no offense against my colleagues, but you will ask, you will check whether the child is hungry. You will check whether the child has done potty and needs a diaper change. You will check whether the child is uncomfortable for some other reason, whether the child is having gas, right? Similarly, now your body is asking for attention. So you will check whether the attention is because you are nutritionally deficient. You're deficient in chromium, you're deficient in vitamin D, you're deficient in vitamin B, you're deficient in zinc, magnesium, right? Then, once you've checked that, you will check whether you have any toxins. You will check whether you have any stress. Because stress is one big reason for diabetes, because cortisol, your stress hormone, and insulin, your pancreas, which release your diabetes hormone, they're like twin sisters. They are on a zigzag balance, right? You will check how the gut microbiome is. You will check whether the patient has sleep problem or whether the patient is on CPAP machine, right? Now, when we check all these, then we take it one by one and correct them. See, interestingly, people who come to me with insulin, they are on insulin, they are type 2 diabetics, right? I promise you 90% of people, they will be off insulin within 6 weeks. Because that's not the right treatment for them at all. Yeah, you have to look at the root causes and you will be able to stop insulin for them, right? I will tell you an example here, a story which is very recent. I had a girl, 21 years old. Her PP sugar level was not coming less than 300, right? She was gaining weight from 59, she became 75.5. In a matter of 6-7 months. She went to one of the health coaches. The health coach looked at the report and said, I think this is not my case. The girl is very young. This is looking like 1.5. Some autoimmunity is hitting in. You go to Dr. Priti. So she came to me with the recommendation. I looked at her report and said, your pancreas are fine. Her C-peptide was perfect. Her insulin was... Nice. I said, it's fine. You have a lot of infections in the gut. I can see them from the reports. Your liver is choked and blocked for a layman to understand. Your vitamin D is low. You won't believe 2 weeks. Her sugar levels were between 85 and 130 throughout the day. Right? And that's the power of functional medicine. Yeah. She has lost 4 kgs in 4 weeks.
Amazing.
No exercise till now. Because my rule is very simple. If you are stuck on the gut, I will work on the leaky gut before I put you on too much of exercise. Only exercise she's doing is walking. She's eating more than what she was eating before. And this is her result.
Yeah, this is amazing because if you look at the conventional approach, these kind of things probably will never be even considered or looked into.
Exactly. So imagine now this girl has to travel to US for her studies. Her parents are now so relieved that they are saying we'll do shopping after a month when she loses another 5 kgs. But most importantly, the stress has gone off because they know the girl is not going to be a diabetic soon.
Right.
Similarly, I'll tell you, I had another woman. She is a case study like me. We worked on her, we put her on diet. I even put her on keto diet. She was not able to do keto diet because, her adrenals were not working too well. Her thyroids were not working too well. And then finally, and we did not do heavy metal testing in the beginning. And then finally, we saw that she was very high on mercury and aluminum. And that's the reason she was very low on molybdenum, chromium, magnesium. What we did, I started her on chelation. 6 weeks, she was off insulin. 6 months, she was off the medicines which she was taking for the last 20 years. And I'm not trying to tell everybody that everybody will be able to stop medicine. No. Second, everybody will not be able to stop in 6 months, and some people will not be able to stop at all. But what I'm saying is that all these root causes we must check, because these are going to lead to other problems also. Yeah. For example, I'll tell you another case. Very, very, very complicated case. A young lady, 29 years old, she conceived and she had a miscarriage in 8th month. So second time at 30, she conceived and she was put on insulin in the beginning only by her doctor. Post-pregnancy, her sugar levels did not come back to normal, so she was on metformin, but that was not affecting her sugar levels at all. She did diet and a little stuff, controlled her sugar a little, and then got tired. The child was young, she was a busy mom, stopped it. 3 years later, again came into functional medicine, did some ozone, did some diet, became better. But this time we came to know that her HSCRP was 12.5. Right? Which is, of course, inflammation. Now, and whatever gut test I used to do every time, all her reports used to be normal, but as HSCRP always used to be high. So this time I decided that I need to do some more intense tests because this was the 3rd time she had come to me. Right? So we did GI map, oat test, and we realized she had some infections. She had low elastase. She had low IgA. She had high steatocrit, which means fat was not getting absorbed at all. Beta-glucuronidase was up and low. But having said that, leaving aside all these terms, some infections came and I got an opportunity to work on her gut health. Sugar levels slowly and gradually became better and better, but they are still not there where they should be. But her HSCRP for the first time in 7 years has come down to 6.2. And this is when she travels every month. She is not able to do any diet very regularly. She is not able to do any therapies very regularly, right? But yes, I am working on her gut infections. I'm working on her stress and sleep. And I am sure that, few more months, once her HSCRP comes to less than 1 or 2, that is when we will see her glucose levels coming back to normal or improving further. Now, interesting about this case is that in her family, everybody is a diabetic, right? So now, see, I always say, whatever courses I might do, my patient is my best teacher. And I'm in a lot of gratitude to all of them who come to me, who give me the opportunity to work with them and teach me in that process so that, for the next patient, I'm more ready. So in this patient, now I know that for the others, I don't have to do expensive tests, but the only thing I need to work on them is gut, and gut, right? Now there's another case I want to tell you, a very, very new case. Now this is something what, Kunal, you opened a Pandora box. Till you tell me to be quiet, I can talk about such magics happening, with me, but I will give you this case study and then I will take your next question. Now, this is this woman who is pre-diabetic, okay? About 85 kgs weight. And pre-diabetes is not very successful woman, amazing. Now, pre-diabetes is not her concern, but her weight is. She goes to 7 nutritionists in the last 4 years, but not even half kg of weight loss happens, whatever diet she can do, right? And then she's attending a party and she's talking to somebody and that person says, I had gone to Dr. Priti. This is the number. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., go there and meet her. So he comes to me and says, weight nahi lose ho raha and I'm trying for it for a long time. I said, see, I work in a lot of detail. I don't know whether you will want to work in that depth or not. Right? Because see, it's at the end, our choice. We are the CEO of our own health. Right? So I explained to her, I said, see, your liver, your kidney, I will work on your toxins, I will work on your gut, everything. She said, I want to do this. Whatever you'll tell me, I will do it. So I started with my stuff. You won't believe. Her insulin was 32 and fasting cortisol was 2.27. How many of us here know that we need cortisol to live? Right? 2.27 is like it's difficult for you to live, but her body was compromising so well that she had high viral load. She had active Epstein-Barr infection. Active. She had H. pylori, right? Everything combined inside, and she had low lymphocytes. So her immune system was at a toll, and she was working amazingly well. I said, see, weight loss, I don't know. For first 3 months, I will not do any weight loss for you. I will set this right. I will get your cortisol back to space, insulin back to space, Epstein-Barr virus infection. These are my red flags. I'm very worried, right? Amita, you were not my patient. Now you are. 3 months down the lane, all her parameters have improved. But the beautiful thing is, you know what? She's lost 8 kgs. And 8 kgs is no joke for a menopausal woman. For a menopausal woman, right? And lost 8 kgs. She's glowing so much. Itni si skill latki nahi hai. Her energies has improved. Her sleep has improved. So what I'm trying to tell you is that, there is no point beating your body and saying, lose weight, reverse diabetes, get my acidity back on track. Think of your body as a child and just ask one question. Why are you crying? Why do you need my attention right now? What is it that you can't handle alone? See, Another beautiful thing, Kunal, which I've seen while I've been working as a functional medicine practitioner is on myself and my patients is our body is the most amazing machine we have. I think everybody who's listening to me agrees on this, right? The problem is the healing environment which was there in the body is no more there. So the way I want everybody here to look at it is that I know that you are a great, excellent chef, right? If I give you all the things you need to cook well, I am sure you will be able to cook amazing dishes. That's what I want you to remember. Just create a healing environment in your body. Just give the right nutrition. But remember, right nutrition does not come from the fact that you are eating good food. It comes from the fact that the good food you are eating, your body is metabolizing it properly, giving the right food to the gut microbiome and all your organs, and making the right use of it so that a good recipe is given and tasty food is being created. It's that simple. That is functional medicine. Functional medicine, the doctor who comes to functional medicine, at least for me, I know, all my ego, which I had when I was an allopathic doctor, has gone away. Right? I now know that it is my patient who has all the power of healing and creating health.
Right.
I only have the power to guide the patient to be on the right track or be the GPS with him. Turn right, turn left. You've taken a wrong turn, take a U-turn. Any questions you have, I am here to answer, right? So this is all. And it is beautiful. So what I tell people, to all my diabetic patients, all my gut health or mental health patients, all my autoimmune, rheumatoid arthritis, and Hashimoto's patients, that your body is the best machine you can ever be blessed with. Don't give its charge to anybody. आपको अपना बैंक अकाउंट का स्टेटमेंट पता है ना, कितने पैसे हैं बैंक अकाउंट में? Anybody here जिसको ये नहीं पता अकाउंट में पैसे कितना आता है या कितना है? Right? तो थोड़ा सा टाइम लगा के आई थिंक नाउ इज द टाइम कि फंक्शनल मेडिसिन आप पेशेंट्स के लिए करो ना करो, अपने और अपनी फैमिली के लिए जरूर करो.
Right.
So understand your reports and do it and love yourself. And what I feel is this is addictive. Nasha hai. And I feel this is more addictive than cocaine can be. And I think this addiction all of us should get into. And if anybody needs help, I'm sure Kunal and Devanand are helping everybody to get addicted to this so that they can create health.
Right. So I think, at least from a commoner perspective, one of the issues or one of the things, criticisms of functional medicine or whatever I hear is at least that there is too much of an emphasis on supplements. That's the common criticism out there. So would you like to address this?
Very much, Devanand. Any controversies, I love it. Okay, so yes, that is the problem of functional medicine. Yeah, but first, let's understand why that's the problem. That's the problem because one side, the food which we are getting has much lesser nutrition than it had before. Second, we are spending less time and effort in eating food, in creating an environment around eating food than we were doing before. We are not chewing our food well. We are not praying before we eat. We are watching TV while we are eating. All of this is decreasing the metabolism. Third, whatever nutrition still which is being created, we have a lot of monsters in our body like heavy metal and toxins and stress, which is taking away all of that. Okay. So what I tell my patients is, one, supplements are not for life. I am in more hurry to stop supplements than you would be as my patient. But in the beginning, एक एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ मैं आपको. Imagine your car has, by mistake, it was a rainy day, you didn't know, and your tire of the car has gone in the pot hole. And you insist that you will sit in the car and keep trying to get it out, keep trying to start it and put the foot on the accelerator. Start it, put the foot. Start it, put the foot on the accelerator. What will happen? Your car will not come out, but there is a possibility that car might need more repairs than what it would have otherwise. So how you will do? You will have to call somebody, a tow truck will come, it will pull your car out, and your car will be out of the pothole, right? Exactly this is how my patients come to me. See, Devanand, Kunal, why I'm saying you're doing an amazing job. There are people who come to me and tell me, Dr. Priti, why are you not available online? It has taken us 2 years, 4 years to just know that you are here. Right? And that's why the reason I'm very thankful to you guys who are doing all this information. So they come to us when they are already in that big, big, big pothole. How do I get them out? So in the beginning, it's not only supplements I need. I have patients where I need therapies. I have patients who come to me with such bad gut health that supplements don't do the effect which I want. Those are the patients. I have to use IV nutrition for them. So, see, point no is, I am one of the first people who say functional medicine will become allopathy if we play protocol game. Right? Patient has a right to choose. A patient who comes to me, sit in front, I ask him, supposing a patient is fatty liver patient. Okay, everybody will understand this better, Devanand. My first question to them is, do you want to reverse it? The answer is yes. Then I ask the patient, how would you want to reverse it? I have multiple tools with which I can help you reverse it. The patient is like, oh, is that so? You don't have one tablet? No. So what is it? One, I will only work with lifestyle. You will have to do fasting. You will have to do intermittent fasting. You will have to eat restrictive vegetables for some time. You will have to do exercise. You will have to sleep on time, get up on time. You will have to have looked at the rising sun and looked at the setting sun. Right? You will have to walk barefoot on mud every day. And you will have to drink good water and all of that. And supplements will be only vitamin D, B12 and magnesium. Nothing else needed. Now, my second question is, patient says, oh, I won't be able to do this. Then my second tool I have is supplements. But because your microbiome in your gut and the body is not in a space where it can absorb supplements, I will have to give you additional supplements to improve the absorption of the supplements. Right? So understand my problem. I will have to give you gut care. I will have to give you enzymes so that you can absorb these supplements. Otherwise, you will eat them and it will come out, no benefits happening. Okay? Supplements, I can't pop too many supplements. I can't do this. Okay? Then third, come to me twice a week or once a week. If you come twice a week, these many weeks you will need. If you come once a week, these many weeks you will need. Right? And then I will do IV nutrition for you. I will do ozone therapy for you. If I need to increase the blood circulation, I will do enhanced extracorporeal pulsation for you. Right? I will do colon hydrotherapy for you. I will do enemas for you. Enemas work beautifully well for liver. Right? You have to tell me your choice. You have to tell me your belief. You have to tell me how much you can afford. Right? Functional medicine is here to heal you guys. And I can promise you this, promise you. I can do a good job of it, provided you agree to do something for your own self. Okay? Yes, there are some of us protocols here, somewhere protocols work also, but I'm sure as everybody is learning, We are understanding Indian patients better. We are understanding how to use our belief systems for the best possible way the patient can do it. Right? For my fatty liver patient, I asked them, will you be able to give gratitude to your mother-in-law or to your, anybody who's hurt you? Because that's gonna help. That's gonna help. Can you do chanting morning, evening? I will give you my recording. You just have to listen to my recording and do it. But then you have to do something about it.
Right.
And body is a very complex machine, Devanand. Another thing on supplements, please let me tell you. If you decide to take supplements, go the full length. At least for a little while. And I'll tell you with an example again, which you should be able to relate to. Now, this is a gutter pipe. From your mouth to your anus is a sewage pipe we have in our house. You have a sewage pipe in your building. Top floor, say, if somebody is putting plastic bags there, or 8th floor, there's a 15th floor building, and from 8th floor guy every day puts plastic bags in the sewage pipe. Then the 4th floor guy puts it. Then the 3rd floor guy puts it, right? But Devanand comes to me and tells me, Dr. Priti, only these many supplements, only clear the 8th floor, right? Or only clear the 3rd floor, not the other floors. Okay, you clear the 3rd floor or the 8th floor. What do you get? You still feel as shady as you were feeling before. Because still you are on the ground floor and you are having seepage problems because water is leaking. Kyunki drain hi nahi ho raha hai theek se.
Right.
Yeah. So my thing is, don't go on supplements. Ask why. Understand the logic. Sit with your practitioner and apply your mind there, the way you do when you invest your money. Is there anybody here who will just say, oh, I have 5 lakh rupees, I have 3 lakh rupees, this is the check, go and invest it anywhere you want? Anybody who's done it? Then how can you say, don't tell me what my body is telling me? Give me a prescription, I will eat whatever you give me.
Right. So, my final question before we go to the audience question is,
God, I didn't realize it's almost an hour. Sorry.
right.
Final question.
Yeah, we would love to have you for more. What do you see are the problems with Indian diet, at least the modern Indian diet?
See, the biggest problem I see in the modern Indian diet is we are following Westworld too much. See, our diet is good for us. Khichdi is the best diet I would still recommend, provided you eat it in the environment it was designed to eat. Not after sunset. Not with polished rice. Right? But if we are not able to do that, then we are very, very carb heavy. Extremely carb heavy. Second, I think in our culture, we believe food is important in every culture. But in our culture, we are overeating a lot. Simple things which I would want all my Indian friends and colleagues to do, and it can really change, even before what you eat is. How you eat, right, is very, very important. Pray before you eat. Don't sit on the dining table. Our culture says, zameen pe baith ke khao. Please sit there. And second, eat slowly. हमारा जो सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम अभी कार्ब फैट एंड प्रोटीन को छोड़ दो इज वी आर ओवर ईटिंग सो मच. We are overeating so much. We are eating sugar so much. We are almost all of us are insulin resistant to some extent, which is creating peaks and troughs for us, which is causing us cravings. तो simple, नीचे बैठ के खाओ, अपने loved ones के साथ बैठकर खाओ, एक एक बाइट को च्यू करो, एक एक बाइट को च्यू करो. एंड जैसे हमारे ट्रेडिशनल टाइम्स पे वी यूज्ड टू हैव अ प्रोबायोटिक ड्रिंक विद एवरी मील. You know, in India we are so blessed. North has different probiotics, East has different probiotics. Add that. Get pickles back in your diet. But homemade pickles, homemade fermented pickles, get that back in diet. Sit without TV and have your food. And yes, decrease the carbs. And most importantly, our wheat has really become extremely bad. So add fiber. अगर मुझे एक एडवाइस खाने पे देनी है, फाइबर. बहुत सारी vegetables, wheat bran, oat bran, add it in your atta and then net the atta or come to millets. But fiber, fiber, fiber. I think we are all eating too little fiber, and that one thing can change the game for all of us.
Right.
That's
Kunal?
So we'll move to the audience questions. We have a few questions in the chat. So Simrat asks, hello all, I experience an almost immediate urge to poo after a meal rich in plant-based diet. But after eating animal-based diet like yogurt, paneer or eggs, this problem isn't there. It's after almost 18 hours and perfect on the Barrett's tool chart when you eat animal-based, when they eat animal-based. So what's the diagnosis and can this be rectified? Thank you.
No, so what I understand is the question, I think I've not got it right, but the person is saying that when I eat vegetarian food meal, my motion is perfectly all right.
It's like immediate, but on animal-based food, the gap is 18 hours.
So this is very simple, no? Animal-based food is high on protein, but less on fiber. You need fiber for gut motility, right? Also, if it is 18 hours, then you must check whether when you eat vegetarian food or non-veg food, do you have undigested food in your poop? If you have undigested food in the poop, it means protein is not getting absorbed properly. In your salads and all, add apple cider vinegar so that it gets absorbed properly. Second, I tell people, whenever you have non-veg, if you have in this portion of non-veg, you should have 3 times vegetable with it. Because fiber is extremely important for good gut health. Right? And this will help you. Just try doing this and you will be back on track.
Right. Another question is, which are the Indian labs which test heavy metal toxicity?
This is a good question. Right. But for all of us around, as a starting thing, I think choose any lab, even if it is ThyroCare. I am not saying results will be very accurate, but if your heavy metal is more than 20% of the range, then that test you do a hair mineral test. I rely a lot on oligoscan. And over the last 4.5 years, I have made a good algorithm in my mind of oligoscan, hair mineral test, and blood test. Right? That algorithm is important. And then if you see that mercury is very high, cadmium is very high, then you can choose to do an oligoscan or a hair mineral test. Because then it is worth investing in an expensive test. Now, ThyroCare does this heavy metal, I think, in $1,200 bucks. But it can be the answer to a lot of your problems.
Right. Catherine asks, what type of exercises can be done in case of low cortisol? Is it aerobic, strength training, or breathing exercises?
Low cortisol, for me, laughter. Because you won't be able to breathe right. Hoga hi nahi. So laughter. And laugh as loud as you can. पंजाबी में बोलूं तो अगर कोई आपको शुदाई ना बोले तो मतलब आप हंसे ही नहीं हो ठीक से, ना? तो laughter. You should choose some shows of 2 minutes each, and you should laugh loud at least 3 to 5 times in a day. Once you've done that for a week, 10 days, then start with breathing exercises. And in breathing exercises, do Makarasana before you do anything else. Makarasana, it is very, very hard to breathe wrong. And then do Om chanting. Walking barefoot on ground is going to help you. Adding salt from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Chutki chutki bhar salt on your tongue हर थोड़ी देर में is gonna help you. And beautifully, I tell you, cortisol बड़ी जल्दी से वापस आता है. बस थोड़ा सा प्यार मार करना है, 1-2 जप्फी मारनी है, and काम हो जाना है.
And just a follow-up question on this is how thoughts like anger affect liver? What is the mechanism?
So this will have to be another session, but there have a lot of been studies and literature which has said that liver anger को store कर लेता है.
Okay.
तो यहाँ पे मैं बोलूंगी, just trust me and let go all the anger you have. I promise you, you will be a better person tomorrow morning.
Right. And another one, a very broad question on, please suggest steps to help heal the gut.
So simple tips on healing the gut, which I've already given: increase fiber. Increase fiber. Make sure your vitamin D is good. Make sure you have 2 to 3 meals, nothing more than that. And add some good general probiotics which you make in your own house. And I think gut healthy हो सकता है.
So, Dr. Preeti, do we have some more time? We have like a couple of more questions.
Please ask. We can do it quickly.
Okay. I think for the dawn phenomena.
Should I read the questions which are there in the chat? That will be quicker, I think, right?
Yeah, sure.
Anita is wanting to know some remedial measures for dawn phenomena. On my YouTube, I have a beautiful 3-minute video. I will share that with you, Kunal. Please share it with everybody. You will get to know how you can correct it. But very one simple remedial measure so that you don't feel I didn't answer is drink 1 spoon of coconut oil before sleeping. A lot of times dawn phenomena happens because of the dip in the sugar levels. And this coconut oil can help you settle it well.
Right.
Well, Catherine wants to know, will it still affect the liver when we eat at 8 p.m. but go to sleep immediately in an hour? Yes, Catherine, if you eat 2 to 3 hours, you must eat 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep, because that's the minimum time body takes to digest. And if you're taking protein in dinner, it has to be 4 hours. Right? I think rest, we've covered all the questions.
So if someone wants to reach out to you, what is the best way?
Office number, I can give it in the chat.
Sure.
Right. So this is Dr. Simran's number. They can reach out here and yes.
All right, great. So before we close, we want to thank you, Dr. Preeti, for your valuable time coming and giving such nice analogies about health, talking about functional medicine, talking about so many wonderful things and so many takeaways for all of us. So we thank you, and we'd love to have you again sometime. And yeah.
Thank you, Kunal. Thank you, Devanand. Amazing job you are doing. I think functional medicine has to reach to every household. The earlier you adopt this, the lesser supplements you have to take.
Right.
Right. But till then, supplements are your friends. Just don't think about it. Give them energy, have them, stay healthy, stay happy, keep smiling, keep rocking, and keep doing the good job, Kunal, whatever you're doing.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.